let's get started. So yeah, this matchup chart is gonna be obviously for Peach in Melee, and this matchup chart will also be based on world class level. So if you're someone that go like 1-2 in pools, 2-2 in pools, you don't really have to like read into these numbers too much. Like, might be, a little bit exciting seeing how I look at matchups and stuff like that. But yeah, as I said, Peach matchup chart, Melee, world class level. All right, and I think because I have pre-planned like how many tiers and stuff a little bit, but this tier wins by a lot. In this one is going to be in order. The rest probably. Oh no! Wait, over here. Sorry. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, I think this tier is gonna be in order. The rest, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see as we progress. Yeah, we're gonna start from the bottom. One of the tiers that is not in order. Bowser obviously goes here. Trash character, super big, gets comboed for days, edge guarded for days. His only real good tool in the matchup can be uppy out of shield, but even then, if you have really good pressure, that doesn't even always work either. Yeah, Bowser is just like a tragic character in Melee. He doesn't really have anything going for him. And honestly, another thing that makes it even worse for Bowser is that tournaments are best of 3 for quite a long period of time, so you don't even get to play on Yoshi's, which is your only acceptable stage. But yeah, Bowser clearly in the destruction tier. Pichu goes here as well. Like, if Pikachu already struggles quite a bit, then Pichu being worse in almost every way is obviously going to be very bad look. Huge problem with Peach's crouch cancel, very bad range, and one of his few strengths of like edge guarding don't really apply too much to Peach. So yeah, Pichu, destruction as well. He did get his redemption arc in Ultimate though, being pretty good. Let's go Pichu. Kirby here as well. Also, pretty tragic character in this game. A little bit like Pichu, like one of his few strengths is edge guards, but you can't even like edge guard Peach that well. You do not have the aerial mobility like a certain other character in this list. To edge guard Peach very well. Yeah, he's just straight up bad. Like, he doesn't have much in terms of combos. It's like, you get 1-2 hits, but you get out punished, out edge guard, out everything. So Kirby, you get destroyed. Roy, I would say, qualifies for destruction tier. Roy is not like as bad as like Bowser or probably Kirby, like overall, but he has a huge problem with crouch cancel. Like, Roy has a huge problem with crouch cancel, period, and then having that issue against Peach is not a very good look. Very hard to get kills against Peach too. Requires like raw reads, like a counter, an F smash, and you don't really have reliable ways of like getting that. So very hard for Roy for sure. I'd imagine Ness should qualify for this tier too. Like, I mean, his fair is a pretty good move. Reaches far, but yeah. Like, a lot of these bad characters, they have like okay-esque punish game sometimes. But yeah. Like, Peach is like very unique in the sense that she's really good against character below her on the list. She like invalidates like a lot of characters. Don't get me wrong, like Fox, Marth, Puff, and so on also does that, but Peach does it a lot for sure for as well. More so than Fox and Marth in some cases too. And yeah, Ness off stage is also like absolutely atrocious, and Peach can go off stage so much with float, stuff like that. So yeah, poor matchup for Ness. Poor matchup for Ness. Zelda. Zelda probably does the best. I'm not even kidding. Zelda probably does the best in this tier against Peach, but I feel like I can't push her above. In best case scenario, she would go here and be like the worst character in this tier against Peach. But I think I will put her in the destruction tier too. The thing is, the Zelda matchup, I know some Peaches that actually find it quite annoying, and it's not like you actually have to respect Zelda a little bit more than some of the other characters in this tier. Her fair and backer is really, really, really strong. But the main issue a lot of people do against Zelda is that they don't use shield enough. Against some of the bad characters, shielding a lot is like so good. Because Zelda don't really get anything from grab ever. And her grab is really, really slow. So when you're in danger of getting fair or backered, you shield a lot. And then you slowly close the gap. And then once you're in, then Zelda is really bad. But if you have no idea how to play the matchup, it probably feels like it's not as bad. I will admit that I haven't played the matchup that much, but a tiny bit. And it feels like using shield a lot and then go ham once you're in. And you should win by a lot. But Peach is still probably one of Zelda's better matchups of the good characters, I would say. So best case scenario, maybe could move up here, but still. Alright, I think we're done with the destruction tier. Wins by a lot. Game Watch should be here. His very, very bad shield is a huge struggle against Peach. Peach, one of the best pressure games in the game. Flow cancel. Down smash is good on shield too, especially when you have such a shitty shield as Game Watch. And again, like some of his, like, yeah. No, I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but like a lot of these bad characters is like, yeah, they might be decent at edge guarding, decent at punishes, but it's harder to like squeeze out games when more neutral exchanges are required, which means that, yeah, Peach is kind of like designed to beat a lot of these characters quite well. You might not win as big in some of these matchups as if you're playing against like, you know, a Spacey or Marth or whatever that is playing really, really on point. And I'm not speaking specifically Game Watch, I just mean overall the bad characters. But you're going to win more games, I feel. And that's, at the end of the day, what matters. It doesn't matter if you win by 2 or 4 stock. Like, but if you win 99% of the game or 96, then yeah. Adds a little bit of a difference. So, yeah, Game Watch, quite poor. But I mean, sometimes you might get that lucky grab follow-up to hammer, but shouldn't happen too often. Also hard to land the grab against Peach. Yeah, Mewtwo is going to qualify. He might go down here, but I mean, wins by a lot. I mean, like, this is still a lot. This is not like matchups that are close to even. Not at all. Not at all. Even a lot of characters in this tier is not going to be close to even. So wins by a lot is still like a very significant portion. Mewtwo also can struggle quite a bit with Peach's crouch. Edgeguard game, punish game, also not nearly as strong as it is against some other characters. Yeah, no, I feel like Mewtwo, he's just like such an easy target to hit. He's so big. It's like a little bit like the issues he has in Ultimate 2, where, yeah, it's just, once you get hit, it's very hard to like regain like stage control and stuff. Mewtwo, he's a bit better overall as a character than people give him credit for, though. But yeah, still major issues. He would need to be like much heavier and stuff. But I do remember playing Tosh for the first time, and I was like, damn, that's a really good Mewtwo. But I felt like the more I did play against him, the more it was like, all right, you just gotta be very, very careful. But I think for Mewtwo in this matchup, patience is absolutely key. And Tosh was actually very, very good at that. So, yeah, I actually think Mewtwo doesn't do as bad quite as people imply. But it's still bad for sure. DK should qualify for this tier. He does have some stuff. His backer is actually like quite good in the matchup. DK Punch can kill quite early. Uppy out of shield is also really good if Peach is trying to attack from above. So yeah, no, he's I'll say he's quite a bit better than Game & Watch and Mewtwo in the matchup, but still probably not enough to move him up here. He's still like a massive target, bad out of shield, and if he doesn't have his back turned against you, the neutral game gets very hard too. But overall, I think DK is also a bit better than people give him credit for. I feel that way about quite a few of the not amazing characters in this game. Ices. Oh wait, they had more than one. Oh, they had like Sopos. Yeah, Ices, I would say qualify for this tier as well, most likely. Worst or best case scenario for Ices would be like bottom-ish of this tier. But yeah, this is a good matchup for Peach. I feel like Peaches, when they lose the matchup, especially in 3 out of 5, 2 out of 3, sure, like, you can accept it. But 3 out of 5, like, it's Peaches that spam like down smash too much and stuff like that. It was a myth for many years that the reason Peach destroys Ices is down smash. But no, that's not the case. The reason Peach destroy Ices in this matchup, or wins by a lot or whatever, is that it's so hard to land the grab against the Peach that plays not to get grabbed, which is the matchup. And even if you don't space perfectly on shield, like with flow cancel fair, they still get pushed back far enough so they can't, go for a grab. Since you flow cancel, you don't run the risk of like missing an L cancel. And then really, really good at, separating the climbers. Peach is really good at playing against solo Sopo. You kind of play it against you treat Sopo as like a bad Marth. You use a lot of turnips on the ground and then protect yourself with low float aerials. You do that against a lot of the wave dash characters, like Luigi as well, where if you have a turnip on their shield and you're close by, if they wave dash, you can't do anything out of the wave dash until like 10 frames later or whatever. And in that meantime, you can throw out a move, and if they wave dash into you, then they get sent away. So it's very hard for these wave dash, like super heavy wave dash characters, to actually get in against Peach. And it's no reason to like give Sopo more credit than necessary. So yeah, really hard for Ices to get grab. Once they're separated, really hard to, protect Nana. Some of the top Ices are really, really good at making it as hard as possible, but even then, many times Nana will die. So yeah, Peach, beats Ices by a lot. I'm thinking if I should put Link in this tier. Nah, I'll probably put Link here. Link actually might legit do better. He probably does legit do better against Icy or against Peach than Ices. Just like we don't really see much representation from the character. But HDL, for example, back in the day was like legit super good. And I've played against some like fairly good Link players over the years. And even though Peach wins clearly, I don't think Link is that bad at the matchup. His projectile game, his range, they're all solid. Like Peach still wins, but if we had the like a Mango, Hungrybox, Leffen, Mewtwo Plup, like that type of level of a player playing Link, I think Link probably would see higher success against Peach than Ices. I think so, at least. Unless like something revolutionary happens for Ices that makes grab much more reliable. But yeah, it's also like one of these matchups for Peach where you need to take your time. You need to use shield a bit more. Link's grab is really risky. A lot of Peaches, one of their main issues in the matchup is that they fair down smash on shield, but it practically never ever pokes Link's shield, and then they get a grab, and then you get punished. So if you're a Peach player struggling with Link, fairly common habit to do fair down smash, you get grabbed, and you get punished. So instead of that, you fair and grab, or you fair and chase the roll if you think they're going to roll. And if they don't roll and just keep shielding, then yeah, just get a grab and put them in a bad position. Eventually, at least if they have any type of brain cells, they will start to mix it up with roll. Maybe some other stuff too, but that's the most common response after they get grabbed too much. Alright, so yeah. Link, yeah. It should probably be, yeah, in this tier. I think so. Mario, yeah, this tier is supposed to be in order. I might change the order as we go on, but yeah. Mario, I mean, Mario as a whole is like he's a very decent character. He's not exceptional in any area, but he's not really like that bad in any area. He's decent all around. So, decent is not really gonna cut it against Peach though. And his major issue is Peach's backer. Peach's backer, big hitbox, really active, and walls him out quite well. But Mario still have like decent speed, like decent punishes at times. So yeah, I think Mario, yeah, okay, but nothing exceptional. Young Link, I would probably put here. Yeah, I think he probably does. Yeah, he probably does a bit better than Link in the matchup. He doesn't do amazing in the matchup though. The thing is, again, the shield thing we talked about. If you know when and how to use shield, that's such a big issue for Young Link. That's one of the things Hungrybox eventually started doing much more against me. And Puff's shield is worse than Peach's. Did you guys hear that? I said Puff had something worse than Peach. That's one of the few things. Anyway, the fact that against Young Link, a lot of the floaties can spam shield, and it's so risky to go for a grab. And then once you're close range, he's not gonna have a pretty hard time to like pull his projectiles and so on. I think when I played against Axe at one of the summits, he actually did bring out Young Link against me in bracket. I think that's a very good match to look at if you struggle in the matchup. In that match, I show very, very well like how to carefully play the matchup, and you slowly but surely win. So, but yeah, I mean, Young Link is still fast. He still has projectiles, and yeah, no, I could still see like moderate success for him, especially on the stages with high top platforms like Battlefield and Dreamland, because it's very hard for Peach to get access to that area of the stage. But even so, yeah, Peach wins clearly. Ganon, probably somewhere here as well. Might rank him like a little bit higher later, but I mean, Ganon, he probably doesn't do as bad as I originally thought, like many years ago. But unless you fight on one of the small stages, like Yoshi's, particularly Yoshi's, but also Battlefield, to some degree FOD, but not as much, due to like platforms being much more beneficial for Peach and so on. But on small stages, he actually can be a little bit scary. Like, he has really good range. He has kill confirmed from grab, and yeah, like once he is in advantage, it actually can be quite tricky to get out. And yeah, Peach at the ledge is also like a tragic story. But yeah, no, small stages, I actually think he does pretty well. Actually, yeah, on stages like Yoshi's and Battlefield, yeah, I actually don't even think it's bad. Like, he loses, but it's not bad. But main issue becomes like in best of 5, where you will have to fight on FD, Dreamland, Stadium. Like, you get one ban, but you get to play on Dreamland and Stadium most likely, because most Ganons will ban FD, but you still have 2 very rough stages. So that's like a huge downfall. In 2 out of 3, he's much more scary. Because if you play 2 out of 3, sure, like in 2 out of 3, yeah, you can ban Yoshi's, so that's quite bad for him. But still, Battlefield and FOD, it's not too bad. Not too bad. But against Ganon, I personally like to approach with low turnips a lot. Like, short up, throw turnip, and then go in with float cancel on shield. Ganon, bad out of shield, don't really have much. And then, of course, huge target, gets comboed for days. Horrible offstage. But still, alright. Still alright. Yeah, we're approaching an area where, like, you can clearly take sets. But it's gonna be hard, since this is, like, supposed to represent, like, world-class level. I feel like Luigi would be here as well. Arguably lower. Arguably lower than Ganon. I don't know. Luigi, obviously quite fast on the ground, but Peach quite good at shutting that down with turnips and low aerials. Or float, cancel aerials, low to the ground. So it's hard for him to get in. But still, like, once Peach doesn't have, like, time to set up a turnip wall, much easier for Luigi to approach. And his up smash is actually really good against Peach. You can't really approach him well from above. It's one of the more tricky characters to approach with float, like, from high up. Like, imagine, like, full hop height. Because his up smash is straight up wins. So that's something to be careful about in the matchup. But his recovery, obviously a huge issue, and Peach is really good at capitalizing at that as well, since you can float so far off the level. Yeah, I would say Peach, yeah, she actually wins like every area of the matchup, but some of them are not that bad though. Dr. Mario would probably be next. I think he's quite significantly better than Mario in the matchup, even though I don't think Dr. Mario is that much better than Mario overall. I still think he is better. But the main things is that his pills are much better in the matchup than Mario's fireballs. So racking up damage with projectiles. His fair, really good as well. Kills early. And some percentages, I'm pretty sure he has a down throw fair as well. I'm not 100% sure though. It's been many years since I played a really good doc. Cape can be quite good in the matchup too. Obviously that applies to Mario too, but yeah, still. But yeah, also like Mario, his main issue is back air. I think when I played Shroom at EVO 2013, that was like a good representation of how the matchup should be played. You back air a lot. It's hard for Dr. Mario, or Mario for that matter, to get in. So yeah, back air is like 80% of the matchup. Oh, all right. We have 3 characters left in this tier. I'm wondering how I should rank them. I'll probably go with Yoshi next. Yeah, I'll probably go with Yoshi next. One of Yoshi's tougher matchups. He obviously loses to practically every good character, but still. Crouch cancel, a huge issue for Yoshi. The only thing he really does have against it is his fair, but has quite slow startup, so it's hard to land. Quite hard to kill Peach unless you get like random eggs, but I feel like Peach should be pretty good at playing around that. Peach pretty good at playing around the parry too. Low lag from a lot of the pressure, so you can shield if you think the parry is gonna come out, and even if it does grab you, it doesn't really lead into anything. Yo, Sego, thank you for the 10 months, buddy. But Yoshi on Yoshi story is actually quite scary. One of the reasons, like, I think he's significantly better on that stage than most stages is that it's such a low, like, small distance between the top platform and the edge, like, horizontally. So when he does like a lot of his platform movement with like wavelines and stuff, it's much harder to react to Yoshi coming down and trying to get you. And then lower ceiling is also really good for Yoshi since he mainly will kill from the top with up airs and stuff. I think the matchup could be pushed more for Yoshi. I think Arms is doing a good job, but I think more could be done for sure. Especially with no ledge grab limit. I think it can at times be very useful to just camp it out. I'll probably say Pikachu is next. It's debatable here. It's debatable, but I think Pikachu probably would be next. Pikachu is quick. He is a little bit tricky to edge guard at times. He can kill early, but the issue is that he can't reliably do it. Pikachu struggles with that against a lot of the floaties, where yes, he has a strong up smash. At times you will get a nair into up smash, but most of the time against great players, they are going to be ready and DI, so nair up smash do not connect. Or if you get a stray up smash, they DI away, do not get hit by the thunder. Pikachu, poor range, so it's hard to get in. He's weak against crouch cancel. Up air actually can sometimes leads to very early deaths though. It's hard, but it happens. Like, I know Axe have gotten me quite a few times with that. A lot of times it's like a little mix up, like, am I gonna drift in instantly? Am I gonna like pretend I drift in and then go back? So it's like a little 50-50-ish mind game. Pikachu also do not get anything from grab really, so that's also an issue. In my matches against Axe, you can often see at high damage, I used shield, and if I get grabbed, it doesn't lead into anything. Sometimes I remember when I hadn't played Axe for a while, I panicked with like air dodges after the down throw and got myself killed. But then I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to air dodge. I just jump away, and yeah, it doesn't lead into anything. So yeah, it's very hard for Pikachu to like consistently keep up, due to the nature of many stocks is going to be at that you get kills at very high damage. But I mean, like, Axe, I know he struggled with MACD for a while, but eventually he started winning that most of the time for sure. And I think besides me, he pretty much like never loses to Peach. And even me, like, he brought me to last game 4 times, I believe. He brought me to game 5 at Eclipse, and he brought me to game 3 at Apex 2010. Evo 2014, and there's one more time. I don't remember. But I'm fairly certain it was like at least 4 times he took me to last game. So yeah, at least 4 times, and one of them 3 out of 5 sets. So it was like every other set I played against Axe was 3-0. Every other was like last hit. So it was always like quite different. Last character in this tier, I would put Samus. I do think Samus probably does a little bit better than Pikachu and Yoshi in the matchup. We've also seen like Duck, for example, having a lot of success against Peach overall. I think he had like winning records against all Peaches besides me. The matchup overall is quite even. Like, both characters kill each other late. They both have like small-esque combos. But what makes Peach wins the matchup is, honestly, this might sound funny, but one of the reasons I believe Peach wins the matchup is forward throw, that you actually get kills semi-often in the matchup from grab. It's actually quite large. I know Duck hates that when we play, and then I always say that, oh, that was so cool, and he gets so mad, and it's funny. But yeah, that's one of the reasons. And then also Stitch Face is actually like legit one of the major reasons Peach win. Because these matches, if you both play the matchup properly, you are going to get so many turnips that you will pull Stitches. Even if you're unlucky, you will, in a 3 out of 5, pull at least one. So yeah, the matchup's super campy and fairly even overall. But Peach does have an edge for sure, since more reliable ways to kill, and Stitches can turn the entire match around. I do feel like a lot of the Samus players... Okay, I was like, how should I phrase this? But anyway, if Samus players gets better at landing their shard shots, I do believe the matchup is not nearly as bad. But yeah, no, if you're a Samus player, I would recommend to watch Duck in the matchup. He's not really active these days, but still a lot to learn from him in the matchup. He was the best Samus in the matchup, for sure. So yeah, after this tier, we're done. We're going to move on to the next tier. Even-ish Falco. This matchup could be anywhere between 55-45 Peach and 55-45 Falco. So even-ish. It's hard to say. Like, Falco obviously wins on Yoshi's. Peach obviously wins on FD. But overall, even. If I would have to give one character the edge, I think Falco would have a slight edge. At the very least in the future. Like, with the game getting more and more optimized, if I would have to gamble on one side, I would say Falco. But as a Peach player, when it comes to like great characters, this is like one of your few matchups that's like, yeah, if you complain about the Falco matchup, then you better switch character, because it's not really gonna get much better than this. Peach have one of the unique traits of dealing with Falco's laser better than probably any character, actually. Float heights above lasers, really good. Falco can laser from side platforms to like interrupt the float, but that's more the times to like let go of float, go down, close the distance, and so on. This matchup is also one where I feel like a lot of Peach players are actually not that good. I think one of the main flaws a lot of Peaches do is that they stay grounded way too much, which is what you should do in most matchups. But against Falco, I think you should stay grounded only when you are pretty much... or maybe not only, but like most of the time when you stay grounded in this matchup is when you've already closed the distance, so Falco can't like easily get a laser out. I see a lot of Peach players, they stay grounded, Falco throw out the laser, they don't have enough time to escape, they have to shield, and then the Falco gets to play his game. So, yeah, using a lot of floats to get above lasers, corner Falco. He's going to try to back her up tilt to beat you out. So it's a little bit of like a mind game with the timings when you go in with like float fairs and so on. But yeah, very, very interesting matchup. I could go on forever about it, but we have more matchups to go over as well. And this is more just to give like a rough idea of how I look at the matchups in terms of like how good or bad they are. But I will say that it's one of the sickest matchups in Melee. Alright, so now we're going into losing territory for sure. Losing territory for sure. These two tiers, I'm not sure if I'm gonna order them or not. Feel like it's close enough. Falcon is gonna be in this tier. Fearing, thank you for the 3 months. Falcon, I feel like is going to be in this matchup. I think most Peaches and Falcons agree these days that Falcon wins the matchup. His speed, really, really good against Peach. He's very good at putting up a wall that is hard for Peach to break through. A lot of the times when you want to deal with Falcon's like defensive play, and then on occasion he like jumps and attacks you, you have to be the one to like very, very accurately predict when he goes in. And it's very hard to actually do that. And a lot of Peach players have suffered a lot of losses in this matchup. I know Triff doesn't like it. I know Laud also like he does not like it at all. Even though he doesn't dislike it as much after sub float up air to squeeze in underneath nairs at times. But it's still a hard matchup. Up air is really annoying to deal with. Falcon's punishes can be quite good. It's a lot of like DI knowledge that is important for Peach to have in the matchup. A lot of floaties actually DI so many things incorrectly against Falcon. But Falcon still also have like ways to like mix things up to make it way harder to actually escape. I think a lot of the Falcons are, for different reasons, good to look at when it comes to the matchup. But yeah, for Peach, I feel like a lot of it is like stay very grounded. You do not want to be in the air. You do not want to challenge that up air. That's why I sucked against Falcon back in like 2010 and stuff. Because I thought the matchup was stay airborne, but the matchup is stay very grounded. Run up, wave dash back, run up, shield, wave dash back. A lot of it is like slowly but surely trying to like gain a little bit of space and then randomly attack when you think they are gonna approach, more or less. But yeah, tricky matchup for sure. Falcon's recovery is also significantly better against Peach than most other good characters. A lot of characters can very easily just like, you know, once they have Falcon off stage, like jump very high, and if he drifts back, he's dead, and if he drifts in, well, he's also dead. Peach can't really put him in those situations easily. You can have turnips at times, but sometimes it's even too high, so even if the turnip hits, you still don't get anything. Don't get me wrong, Peach still have a lot of tools to edgeguard Falcon, but I think his recovery is significantly better in most scenarios against Peach than most other good characters, due to Peach being so much slower. Sheik would be in this tier too. This honestly, yeah, could be either order. Like, oops. Yeah, doesn't really matter. I'm not really intending on having those two in order. But yeah, Peach wins for sure as well. For a long time, people were like, oh, Peach beats Sheik for sure because Armada is not losing to Sheik. Oh, by the way, the only matchup he can practice on a regular basis is Sheik, but let's forget that. But yeah, Peach Sheik. Honestly, me against Sheik is arguably the matchup that has happened the most in Melee history. Even though I haven't really played for a year, that was like one of the few matchups I had a lot of experience in. Like on a regular basis. I mean, of course, I still had a lot of experience due to all the years, but still. In PAL, it's a different story. Peach does a lot better since Sheik doesn't get anything good from grabs, and at high percent you get nothing from grab. So in PAL, it's a different story. So also, yeah, of course, this list is NTSC since the entire world play NTSC now, besides Finland, I believe. Step it up, Finland. Step it up. But yeah, Peach does have some good stuff in the matchup. Her edge guard against Sheik is very solid. Her down tilt is very good. That's one of the things that changed a lot, though. Like a lot of the Sheik players, like Android, Shroomed, Swedish, Plup, you name it. A lot of them got way better at avoiding the two main things that Peach wants to land in the matchup, which is dash attack and down tilt. And down tilt was one of the main things they all learned to play around a lot. A lot of my openings from down tilt I got from like making them approach me when they were on the platform and I was on the ground. Yo, Android the brother gifted a sub. Thank you so much. But yeah, Sheik's were on the side platform and then trying to go down with a fair, and I was barely out of reach, down tilt, or wave dash back, dash attack. So a lot of the combo starters, all the Sheik players got significantly better at. One thing Sheik does have that is very good in the matchup is that her shield is so good. The best shield in the game. So that's very, very good against Peach too. It means down smash and shield doesn't really work in this matchup. Good follow-ups from grab, consistent kills. One of the best edge guards in the game against Peach. Very hard to get out of disadvantage once you're off the ledge. Like off the ledge, off the level. But still, like both these characters, it's clearly winnable. Like it's not impossible by any means. But yeah, they both win. Losing even harder, also not really gonna rank because it depends what day you ask me. Sometimes I feel like Fox is harder, sometimes I feel Marth is harder for Peach. But they're both in this tier, I believe. But yeah, we can start talking about Marth. Marth, it's so hard to get in against this character. Like, you guys hear Foxes non-stop complain about how hard it is to get in against that range. Then imagine when you have a fucking princess running in her heels. Please take them off and run normally. But no, she won't. So getting in against Marth is a pain in the ass. The matchup, you will need to spam a lot of turnips on the ground and try to make it as hard as possible for Marth to actually reach you. A lot of interactions is going to be turnip on shield. How does Marth act afterwards? Is he attacking you? Is he retreating? And so on. Getting back from off stage against this character is a pain in the ass. Like, many times when you're off the level, you're forced to go to the ledge, and there you can't do anything. Like, Peach is basically the only character in this game that you actually can, like, ledge trap. But even easier than it is in Ultimate by a lot, since regular stand-up is way worse and jumping from ledge is way worse. So yeah, sometimes when you're in disadvantage against Marth, it's a piece of shit. But I mean, Peach still does have good things in the matchup too. She does have a lot of quick moves, active moves. Down smash is better in this matchup too. And since Marth at times can struggle to kill, also means that you get Stitch Faces more often against Marth than most other characters. And Marth also, I would say, of the good characters, is the worst at dealing with Stitch Face. Because even if he does grab it, his turnip throw, or item throw rather, sucks. With Spaceys, they have Shine, so trying to get a Stitch Face against them is actually quite scary. Sheik, really good item grab and really good item throw as well. But yeah, Marth, it's very hard for him to actually play around it. Jameis, thank you for the 3 months, buddy. And yeah, Fox. Against Fox, like you do have some stuff that is very clearly good. Punish game against Fox, really, really good. Edge guards can be really, really good. Obviously hard against foxes that like mix up their recoveries well, that have great angles, that are notched out of their mind, yada yada. But Fox's punish game on Peach is honestly, and do not ask me why, but Fox's punish game on Peach is highly, highly underrated. I think if I ever played the matchup, Fox myself against Peach, people would very much clearly have seen earlier that Fox's punishes on Peach is actually quite brutal. Or if I played more Peach against Leffen, then I think it would have been more clear as well. These days, I feel like Leffen never plays against Peach, so he's like just way worse at the matchup. Since he doesn't really have to worry about it too much. And then he has also been on the ultimate grind as well. But yeah, Fox, reliable kills, wave shine up smash, pain in the ass. Also really good at edge guarding Peach too. It's like one of the areas where it's like the biggest difference between a good Fox in the matchup and a fairly good Fox is how well they're edge guarding. Both Leffen and Mango are actually really good at protecting the stage with back airs. Against other Foxes, I feel like I get back for free pretty much. Not for free, but way easier. But especially against Leffen, but also Mango, it's really hard to actually get back. So that's a huge deal in the matchup too. Yeah, lasers racking up a lot of damage. It adds up for sure. Peach has a way harder time to escape or like avoid the lasers than Puff, for example, as well. Yeah, no, Fox can be a pain in the ass for sure. Like, I feel like I'm only giving like small like details about the matchups. So of course, like people are gonna be like, oh, he didn't talk about this, he didn't talk about this. But if we went in detail about every matchup, this list would take, yeah, probably a few days. But yeah, as I said, these two tiers, like, those two might change. Those two might change. Like, they're not put in order. This is the only one put in order. And I guess technically this one, since it's only one character here. And then we have the give up tier. Change character. LRA start. Give up. Change. Against Puff, if you're playing at the highest level, world-class level, it's a piece of shit. Like, you can't do anything really. I know some people will refer to Laud won one game, Hungerbox dropped one match in 12 years. Like, we are gonna care. One match in 12 years? I dropped more games against ICs. And that matchup fucking blows. So people legit think that, oh, Hungerbox dropped one game against Peach. And don't get me wrong, Laud played fantastic, but I think Hungerbox played very poorly. And then as the set moved on, he played more and more than how the matchup should be, but still very far from optimization. And the thing is, I can't even blame him. Like, he has not had a reason to worry about the character for like a decade or something. So it's not like Hungerbox sits down and like tries to optimize the matchup. Imagine if Hungerbox put 10% of the effort into optimizing the Peach matchup that he uses against Fox. Like, him dropping one game in 12 years is when he doesn't even try to like optimize the matchup. It's just him doing whatever feels natural. So don't get me wrong, Hungerbox, obviously fantastic player, really, really good all around, but it will be very incorrect to state that he tries to like optimize the matchup that much. I'm pretty sure he would also admit to it if asked. So yeah, this matchup, Peach literally do not have an edge in any area versus Puff. Neutral is shit. Backer is a pain in the ass to deal with. Turnips neglected a lot. You do not have any punishes against Puff. If you DI or slip up once, then you might die to rest. And if that happens, it's practically game over. Like, if you miss DI a backer at like mid percentage, backer into rest actually works. Puff can edgeguard Peach very well. You cannot edgeguard Puff. Oh, sounds like every character in the game besides Puff herself. Anyway, yeah, no, the matchup, I actually feel like Puff just wins every area solidly. And yeah, it's honestly not much you can do. If you play at the highest level, give up on the matchup. But if you're someone that is not even top 100 in the world, you can beat. Honestly, the other Puffs are not that good at the matchup. Don't ask me why. I think I could teach every Puff not Hungrybox. Even Hungrybox, I probably could teach some stuff. But every Puff besides Hungrybox, I could probably make them twice as good at the matchup given an hour. But I would never, ever do that to Peach. I haven't seen Solo Battle versus Triff. Solo Battle is the best player in Finland. I've never seen him play. But apparently he beat Triff 3-0, and Triff switched from Peach to Fox in Game 3. But yeah, I was sad when I heard about that. Like, I have nothing against Solo Battle. I don't even know the person. But as you know, as someone that I've played Peach so much, yeah, of course it makes me sad when a player of Triff's caliber lost to that degree. People saying that Peach Puff is 55-45 or 60-40, they honestly have straight up no clue what they're talking about. They straight up have no clue what they're talking about. The thing is, if they say the matchup is 55-45, I can guarantee you that they are going to try to put it as Puff Fox is arguably harder for Puff than Peach Puff is for Peach. And that's when you know that just stop listening. Like, that's Reddit territory. And you do not want to be close to that. But yeah, this is going to be my Peach matchup chart melee. Please let me know what you guys think. What matchups do you agree with, disagree with, so on. I know a lot of people want melee content as well, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.